Good morning, respected Director, sir. Thank you, sir, for joining for the E-Information Series 20. And we are very delightful to have Professor Ravi Poovaiah, sir, the Senior Faculty Member, IDC School of Design, IIT Bombay, who is the developer of Jellow App. And today we are having this webinar on enhancing communication through the Jellow App for individuals who are on the autism spectrum disorder. And I would now request our Director, sir, to kindly give his welcome address to all the audience who are present here. Over to you, sir.
Wonderful. It's indeed. Namaskaram, Professor Ravi Poovaiah. We have heard you, seen you, and thank you for developing this wonderful app, Jellow App, which helps people to communicate through the alternate mode. Right? And we have today 61 of them to hear to this information, and they'll be taking it further up. And I congratulate the Department of Social Work and in charge CRE to have conducted this particular program, which is empowering, especially when we are into this particular week, when we are celebrating International Autism Awareness, World Autism Awareness Day. We all know that respecting diversity, celebrating diversity has become the key word. And one of the ways to celebrate diversity is to accept the fact and to empower people who are nonverbal to communicate using alternate means. The Jellow app is one of the wonderful indigenous effort which has been done. So we are looking forward to hear the details about it from Professor Ravi Poovaiah, a senior faculty member in IDC School of Design, IIT Bombay. Welcome, sir, and we'll be hearing you, sir. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Sir, before Ravi, sir, starts, shall I, with your permission, shall I give a brief introduction about Ravi, sir?
Please do.
Yes, sir. So good morning, participants. We have the privilege and pleasure to have amongst us a great scientist, Professor Ravi Poovaiah, sir. Professor Ravi Poovaiah, sir, is a senior faculty member at the IDC School of Design, IIT Bombay. His current pedagogic as well as research and design interests are in the fields related to interaction design, new media design, visual design, and product design. And his research interests are particularly in the areas related to visual language, information visualization, visual narratives, collaborative social and learning environments, and designing for children. Sir has also been coordinating along with NID and IIT Guwahati, the Ministry of Education sponsored project named eKalp to build design resources and tools for creating a learning environment for design in India. Sir is also involved with building digital resources related to design archives, design learning tools, design for children, design of wayfinding systems, and design in India with free and open access to the information. Sir is also the co-director of Jellow project, which is developing inclusive open design communication tools for children that is making use of play and learn methodologies. Sir is also the chairman of the committee for developing the curriculum for introducing design and innovation in school education in our country, which has now been implemented in over 2,500 CBSE schools since the year 2023. Sir is also the chairman for the All India Committee for Art, Craft and Design constituted by AICTE Council. We have really a pleasure to have Ravi Poovaiah, sir, amongst us for his presentation. Sir, the platform is all yours, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, you're muted, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much for inviting us here. It's a pleasure to be here, So I'm going to present this along with two of my participants. That's Vidya and Shweta. They're also here. Okay, so they'll partly present. So let me begin my presentation, Okay, so I need to share my screen. Just 1 minute. Entire screen, right? Just 1 second. Let me make it full screen and see if it can share.
Yes, sir. It has been shared, sir.
It's being shared?
Yes, sir.
Can you see it as full screen or no?
Now it has come down, sir. Earlier it was full screen, sir.
Full screen. So let me make it full screen. Yeah, is it full screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so thanks a lot for inviting us here. I'm going to take you through the introduction and the design journey that we've had with Jello Basic Communicator and its unique features, the interface and settings, and the road ahead. Okay, so this is my small introduction. This will be followed with the content of Jello, which I think Shweta will present, and also the settings. Okay, so I think we should be done in 45 minutes. Okay, so let me begin. Again, a big thank you for being here. Okay, Jello Communicator, this is just a summary. It's a freely downloadable solution that uses icons to aid communication in children who have difficulty with speech and language. It helps nonverbal children to communicate, and because of the confidence they get by using this Jello, they gradually learn to speak. Okay, and especially those with autism, CP, and Down syndrome. Okay, so this is a gist of what we are trying to do. We, have been working in this space, uh, basically with children and adults who have communication needs. Okay, so we are also looking at very low-tech solutions as well as high-tech solutions, and we want to keep it as much as possible in the open access domain. Okay, and if you look at our country and the context, right, affordability is an issue, so we need to address it. Accessibility, because people in remote places still have issues with accessing technology, and also we are a multilingual society, so doing it in one language is not enough, but we need to look at it holistically from many languages. Okay, so what we've done is in Jello Communicator, we've actually looked at the speech and hearing, and we are doing an image-driven speech-driven solution. Okay, so this is just the overview of it. Uh, it's giving voice to speak, meant for very young children from the years 3 to 9 years, where they're still developing their ability to construct a language. Okay, so they're still at the pre-foundational level. Okay, and yeah, so that's how it is. Okay, so why did we think of this solution? Okay, we need an ASC solution because we felt there was none which were really child friendly. Okay, so many of them were actually the adult versions specifically designed for adults, and a lower version was given to the children. So we said that no, that's not done. We need to look at issues with respect to children and build a product meant for them. And we made it extremely simple, easy, and intuitive to use. That's very essential because they are early learners. Okay, so you want them to like what they're trying to use to communicate. And another issue that we found was that none of them are culturally contextual. That means that you don't get your food, your festivals, and your places, right? So it was very important to insert this into the application. And also being in India means the access to multiple languages. So what we did was the solution has both low tech and high tech solutions. This is mainly to make everybody being inclusive in this. Okay, so we'll tell you how that is done. And also we said that people use different platforms, so it should have this flexibility to be used by in all across all the platforms. And we call it as a complete communication system with its variations, and we've kept it free to use. Okay, so the journey so far is we actually started with this project in 2004. Okay, it was a Microsoft-driven project. At that point of time, we considered of a physical device. Okay, and it was very good because it was meant for CP children, except that the cost became too exorbitant, and then we realized that we can't actually go into production with this, though we found it useful. So 2008, we did a desktop version of it. Okay, and when we tested with children, we found it was very useful. So that's what, when we got the funding in 2016, we developed the Jello, the present Jello, which we call it as Jello Basic. Okay, and that's available on the desktop, tablet, or the mobile. And 2021, we also did, if the child grows up where he has a better command over the language, where he's able to construct his own sentences. Jellow Plus allows one to do that, and that's also available on the tablet and mobile. Okay, so if you look at it, this is our ecosystem of users: children with AAC needs, parents, the health professionals, and the institutions. Okay, so this is a very broad user framework. Okay, and what we've done is that we have always involved users in getting feedback at every stage. We've had more than 50 to 60 sessions with different stakeholders, and then develop this particular application. Okay, so it's designed iteratively with very regular feedback from users. First, of course, is the children. We've demonstrated it, we've conversed with them, we've made them complete tasks and watch them do it. Okay, and that has become a very good feedback. Every icon that we develop, actually we test it with the children. We've also got great feedback from parents, teachers, and therapists through many focus group sessions, conversations, giving feedback. Okay, it's still being done. Any good feedback, we take it back to our programmers and try to implement it. Okay, and also because it's online, it's active, so we can actually track users. Of course, we keep the user profiles, very private. Nobody knows about it. We also don't know, but we get user statistics on what icons are being, how many times they're using, whether they're getting stuck, which is a great statistics to do it. But also we did two very long studies. We call it as longitudinal studies. It was over a period of 6 months. One was at the Nair Hospital in Mumbai with autistic children, and also University of Connecticut in the US, again 6 months long study. Both studies showed that the children who have used Jellow over a period of time, they get to improve their communication skills quite drastically. Okay, and these are published as papers now. Okay, so that gave us the big confidence that we should go ahead, and it's a very useful application. Okay, so at one glance, it's available, as a low-tech solution, as a Jello book. So you can download this as flashcards, which you can stick it around your room or in the bathroom or anywhere. And also you can download it as a PDF book. You can get it on your desktop or mobile or tablet. If you have physical disabilities, then you can connect it to a external switching device. Okay, so that's also possible. And best part is that you can customize Jello. That means you can put your own icons and your own sentences into it. Okay, so that customization is possible. Okay, so this is how the Jello interface looks. It's extremely simple. Okay, in the center are the category buttons. Here are 3 category buttons shown. So if you press learn, it will say learn. And if you press like, okay, it says I like to learn. Tick button will say I want to learn. And plus button will say I want to learn some more. Okay, so this is a very extremely simple way of constructing phrases and sentences. That's how the interface becomes extremely simple. And the right side are the negative buttons. I don't like to learn. I don't want to learn. I don't want to learn anymore. Okay, so this is the basic language, what we call it as the emotional language protocol, through which phrases gets constructed. So it is meant for children who are yet to learn a language, because the system will construct the sentences to help them communicate. Okay, in the category buttons, there are, this is how it looks on a tablet with the 9 category buttons. Of course, you can reduce them if you want to, and the expressive buttons on the side. Okay, and of course you can, like here, it's 4 category buttons. You reduce the number. Okay, and the language is also different here. Okay, so this is how it looks on a mobile. Okay, and here again, it's reduced to just 2 of them. Yeah, so depending on the child's ability, you can always customize it, with the settings. Okay, so going through the unique features, designed for children specifically, it's extremely easy to use. In fact, the children don't even take more than 5 minutes to start using it. It's child-friendly icons. Each and every icon is developed here. We have over 1,200 icons here, which creates around 10,000 pre-made sentences. And many of these icons are culture specific in the sense of language, in terms of food, in terms of festivals and the places. And it uses these expressive buttons to construct sentences. It's available now in 13 languages, and with the help of the ministry, we're going to put in another 15 languages into it. So we'll be covering all the languages of India, even slightly not so largely spoken languages. And next is we're going to cover the surrounding Asian countries. Okay, so that's our aim here. You can customize your board and you can make it connected to external devices. Okay, so this is how it is. So let's show some actual real life stories that we got it as feedback. Okay, Kavita here, for example, had a lot of difficulty in learning to use the toilet until her mother came to one of her workshop, and then she went back and downloaded the Jello cards and stuck it around the toilet and showed her how to use it. And looking at that, in a couple of weeks, she kind of learned how to use the toilet on her own. Okay, here Jonathan, actually he's like Jello. He feels very confident in using it. So he uses a head-mounted pointing device to communicate his needs. Here Ismail is a speech therapist. He's really like the library of icons which have, fruits, trees, places, etc. And he can combine them to construct and tell stories to his students. Ankit had a lot of problems in adjusting to school. Okay, until his parents came to one of our workshops and they gave him Jello, and very interestingly, it increased his level of confidence, self-confidence, and because he was able to communicate, and then he's actually stuck to the same school because now he's able to talk to his friends. Okay, and they're able to talk to him also, so that's the level of comfort which Jello has given him. This was also an interesting story narrated by one of the participants who said that suddenly they had to leave town, both husband and wife, and they had an autistic child. Okay, and the first time they were thinking of leaving the child with their parents. Okay, so the grandparents also, of course, knew the child but never have looked after the child for a couple of days. Okay, and initially they were apprehensive, but Jello came to the rescue. Because of the Jello, they were able to communicate with the child, and the child was able to communicate, and it was not an issue. So these are some simple stories, real life stories that we are narrating to you. Okay, and you can customize your own icons. That means that you can create your own icons, put your own sentences here, and make a board of sorts. So you can have several boards. So this is something you can do. Okay, so you use its library to tell stories. It can be used for inclusive education learning. Okay, especially if you have children, who are also along with the autistic children, you can both learn through making use of Jello. Okay, and yeah, it helps you learn a new language through these images, and it can be used for foundational learning. Okay, and these are our future plans. We need to incorporate schedule. We are working on this. All the major languages, it will be available in 1 year's time, and also the major languages from around the world. First, we are doing Asia and then the rest of the world. At some point of time, we'll also make use of AI. Okay, right now, you don't need, once you download it, you don't need the internet to make use of it. It's a standalone application. Okay, so it doesn't make use of internet after you have downloaded it. AI requires you to do that, so we are thinking a little bit on how to do that. Okay, and also a lot of requests have come to include the whole of foundational learning into Jello. So that's another area that we are working on. So we have come out with variations. We have Jello Care, which is meant for children and adults who lose their voice for a short while, maybe an accident or an operation. So Jello Care can be used. It's very simple to use it. Jello Talk helps you rehearse your talk, okay, and also it helps you record conversations, okay, and you can play it back, okay. So it has text to speech and speech to text conversion. And Jello Plus is when the child grows up and is able to form his own sentences, can make use of it, okay. So these are the different variations of it. We are also very proud to have won many awards. The UNICEF Innovation Award helped us, prototype Jello. So we're very grateful for that. National Award helped us actually make our presence felt in our country. Okay, and also the ministry is helping out a lot, like the workshops that you organized just now. We're really thankful to them. Of course, we've got the Microsoft and the Nickman, and also the last one is very, very important for us. It's the Digital Public Goods Award. Okay, it means that it's open, others can make use of it. This is the team behind Jello. You'll meet a couple of them here, Shweta and Vidya, who are here. Okay, and we have put everything inside jello.org. Okay, you can, it tells you what are the next events. It helps you to collaborate with us. There are videos demonstrating how to use Jello. There's a blog, there are testimonials, and also the published papers are also there. Okay, and it lets you access any one of the Jello features, products here. Okay. So thanks a lot. This is my talk. Okay, so I'm going to, end my talk here and let Shweta, do the next one. Over to you, Shweta.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. Good morning, everyone. I am Shweta. I work as a graphic designer with Jello, and I'll be taking you all through Jello's content. So let me share my screen first. So I hope my screen is visible to you all and my voice is also audible.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am. Yes,
go
ma'am.
ahead.
Yes, that's great. So this is the screen of Jello. When you open the applications, you land on this. In the center, as Ravi sir said, you'll see 9 icons. They are called our category buttons. So in Jello, we have these 9 main categories of greet and
Greet
feel,
and feel.
daily
Daily
activities,
activities.
eating,
Eating.
fun,
Fun.
learning,
Learning.
people,
People.
places,
Places.
time and
Time
weather,
and
and
weather.
health.
Help.
And on the right and left hand side of the screen, you will see some buttons. These are our expressive buttons. So how does one communicate using this application? You simply click on an icon. Say, for example, if I click on eating,
Eating.
and then you click on the expressive buttons. So our expressive buttons, the yellow button is yes, the blue button on the right is no, the green button on the left is
I want to
want,
eat.
the red button on the right is don't want, the plus button on the left is more, and the minus button on the right hand side is less. So in order to communicate, you click on any button, for example, eating, and then we click on an expressive button to form a sentence with it. So if I click on this yellow smiley expressive
I
button,
like to eat.
the app will form a sentence, I like to eat. If I click on the blue button
I
here,
don't like to eat.
the app will say, I don't want to eat. So all these sentences are spoken aloud by the application. If I click on the green button here,
I want to eat.
it says, I want to eat. If I click on the
I
red
don't
button
want to
here,
eat.
it will say, I don't want to eat. If I click on the plus
I want
button
to
here,
eat some more.
it will say, I want to eat some more. And if I click on the
I
minus
don't
button
want to
here,
eat anymore.
it will say, I don't want to eat anymore. So the child can express almost all icons using these expressive buttons. They can form 6 basic sentences with it. So when we enter these 9 categories, we'll see some more subcategories and icons. Our categories have subcategories and then subsequent icons in them. So let's go through each category and see what content do we have here. So let's explore our first category, that is greet and feel.
Greet and feel.
This category has icons of greetings, feelings, requests, and questions. The icons that we need for small talk, basic everyday conversations, or to express one's feelings, all of that content is in this category. For example, let's look at
Greetings.
the subcategory greeting. So here you will see there are pre-made sentences already. For example, if we have
Good
this
morning.
icon, good morning, it will directly speak out the phrase good morning. Likewise, we have many such greetings like good afternoon, good evening, nice to meet you, how was your
How
day?
was your day?
So these are quick sentences for your everyday conversations.
Back.
In feelings,
Feelings.
we have various feelings. So the child can click on the feeling that they are going through currently and communicate.
Back. Requests.
We have small requests in this category, which are thank you, you're welcome, please give
Please
me
give me.
this, or please tell me
Please tell
again,
me again.
which are useful in conversations.
Back.
And finally,
Questions.
in this category, we have questions like how, when, where, why.
Back.
In order to go back, you click on the back button here. And in order to go home,
Back.
you click on the home button. So let's explore the second category, that is daily activities.
Daily activities.
So in daily activities, we have some basic routines for children. So children in their early ages require basic activity training. So we have for such purposes pre-made routines like the brushing routine,
Brushing.
the toilet
Toilet.
routine, the bathing routine,
Bathing.
getting ready,
Getting ready.
sleep routine,
Sleep.
and so on. So I'm going to show you one such routine. For example, let's have
Brushing.
a look at the brushing routine. So since they require activity training, we have the entire activity broken down into steps that the children can follow. So in order to teach them the activity of brushing, you have these steps. For example, first step is to rinse mouth.
Rinse mouth.
Second step is to rinse
Rinse
toothbrush.
toothbrush.
Third step is to put toothpaste.
Put toothpaste on
If you
brush.
click on next,
Next.
more steps come up. So if at any given point of time, the child wants to express a particular step or the sentence, they can simply click on
Brush
the
back
icon
teeth.
and the expressive buttons come up and they can form sentences with it.
Back.
Similarly, in this category, we also have
Clothes and
some
accessories.
subcategories which have clothes and accessory icons in them.
Back.
Also, there are morning and bedtime routines here and a subcategory on habits,
Habits.
so that you can teach your children what are good habits, what are bad habits. If you scroll down, you will see more icons.
Back. Back.
Our next category is eating.
Eating.
So as we say that the Jello Basic app is culture specific. So what do we mean by this exactly? This means that when you select a language in the application, certain icons change according to the language that you've selected. So for example, icons in the eating category, for example, breakfast icons or lunch and dinner icons, icons in all of these subcategories change according to the language because every region has a different food, has a different language, has a different culture. So accordingly, we have included culture specific icons. This particular section you can also see in the festivals subcategory that we'll further see. That subcategory is also culturally sensitive. So let's look at this eating category that is culturally sensitive. So currently my language is English India. So that is why we'll see all Indian food icons in this category. So Eating has these many subcategories like breakfast,
breakfast,
lunch and
lunch
dinner,
and dinner,
sweets,
sweets,
snacks,
snacks,
fruits,
fruits,
drinks,
drinks,
cutlery, and
cutlery,
add-ons.
add-ons,
So let's have a look at the breakfast category.
breakfast,
So as you will see, there are these Indian food icons here, like poha,
poha,
upma,
upma,
khichdi,
khichdi,
idli, or
idli,
dosa.
dosa.
If you scroll down, you will have more such icons here. So how can you communicate using this? For example, it's breakfast time and you have made idlis at home and your child is eating them, so they can click on this icon idli.
Idli.
If they want to eat idli, they can click on this green button
I want some idlis.
and make a sentence, I want some idlis. Now, if they're already eating them and they want more idlis, they can simply click on this plus button
I want more idlis.
and say, I want more idlis. If they don't want idlis, they can click on this cross button
I don't want
and say,
idli.
I don't want idlis. Or if they don't want idlis anymore, they can click on this minus button
I don't want
and
more
communicate
idlis.
accordingly.
Back,
Even if you see this
lunch and
subcategory
dinner,
lunch and dinner, you will see there are icons such as roti,
roti,
sabzi,
sabzi,
rice,
rice,
dal
dal,
khichdi, and
dal
so on.
khichdi.
So if you scroll down, you'll see more such icons.
Back, back,
Let's have a look at the fun category now.
fun,
This category houses icons of recreation, basically indoor games, outdoor games, sports, TV, music, and other activities. You will find all the icons housed in these subcategories. So let's have a look at indoor game.
indoor games,
So you will have icons, all icons of indoor games here.
back,
In outdoor games, you will
outdoor
have
games,
icons such as playground, park, seesaw,
seesaw,
slide, and so
slide,
on.
back, sports,
In the sports category, you have icons of different sports. So how can you communicate using this? For example, if I ask your child, what is your favorite sport? So they can click on this particular icon
cricket,
and communicate that. They can even form a sentence clicking on the yellow button
I like to play cricket,
saying, I like to play cricket.
home,
Our next category is learning.
learning,
Learning is a very huge category in this application and it houses a lot of subcategories as you can see. This category houses icons through which you can teach certain concepts to your child. So the subcategories include
animals and birds,
icons of body
body,
parts, books
books,
that are various subjects,
colors,
colors, shapes,
shapes,
stationery
stationery,
items, school
school objects,
objects, home
home
objects,
objects,
transport mode,
transport modes, money,
money that is currency, flowers
flowers,
and vegetables.
vegetables,
So let's have a look at our animals and birds subcategory
animals and
and what kind
birds,
of icons does it house. So it includes icons of various animals and birds, domestic as well as wild. As you can see, we have icons such as dog, cat,
dog, cat,
even icons such as tiger or
tiger,
monkey.
monkey,
And you'll have icons of birds as well as insects here. So you can use these icons and tell stories as well. And even you can communicate what your favorite animal is, which animal you like or don't like, and so on.
back, back,
Our next category is people.
people,
This category houses icons of various people around the child. So that will include people from the family like mother,
mother,
father, brother,
brother,
sister,
sister,
grandfather, and grandmother.
grandmother,
We also have people that the child would know, like their teacher or the
teacher,
therapist or the
therapist,
doctor, and
nurse,
also the caregiver.
caregiver, back,
Our next category is places.
places,
Just a second. Yeah. So our next category is places. Places is a category that houses
Places.
icons of various locations. So as you can see, there are again many subcategories here, like my house,
My house.
school,
School.
mall,
Mall.
museum,
Museum.
restaurant,
Restaurant.
theater, playground, park. If you scroll down, there are even more places, like even the clinic or the zoo. So these are subcategories. So when you enter these subcategories, you will find icons that are
Mall.
related to the place, and these icons you can use and communicate certain things. For example, when you go out to the mall, you will see an escalator, or you will
Escalator.
go to the food
Food
court,
court.
you will go to the theater to
Theater.
watch a picture, or you will go to the fun
Fun
zone to
zone.
play, or some store,
Store.
right? So what you can do is your child can click on an icon here. For example, if they don't want to use the escalator, they can click on the escalator icon and
Escalator.
click on the red
I
button
don't want to
to
use
say,
the
I don't
escalator.
want to use the escalator. Or if they want to go to the food court, they can simply click on the food court
Food
icon
court.
and click on the green
I
button
want to go
to
to the
say,
food
I
court.
want to go to the food court. So this is
Back.
how you can use the places content
Home.
to communicate when you go to various places. Our next section is time and weather.
Time and weather.
Time and weather houses icons of related to time,
Time.
days of the week,
Day.
months of the year,
Month.
icons related to weather,
Weather.
also seasons,
Seasons.
icons of festivals and
Festivals
holidays,
and
and
holidays.
also birthdays.
Birthdays.
So all of these are subcategories. Now, days of
Day.
the week, you will have 7 days of the week. You can click on them and communicate as well. And we also have an additional question here. If you
What is
click
the
on
day
this, it will
today?
say, what day is it? So you can ask someone, what day is it?
Back.
Then we have festivals and
Festivals
holidays.
and holidays.
As I said earlier, that this subcategory is culturally sensitive. So what happens is when you change your language of the application, the content here will also change. For example, if you have selected English US or English UK, festivals of that particular region you will see here. And similarly, even in the eating category, the uh, the foods that their culture has, you would have seen there. So in this festivals and holidays subcategory, we have Indian festivals here like Diwali,
Diwali.
Ganesh Chaturthi,
Ganesh.
Christmas,
Christmas.
Dashera, Makar
Dashera.
Sankranti,
Makar
and so on.
Sankranti.
So here also you can communicate. For example, if your child wants to say, I like Holi, they can click on the icon of Holi.
Holi.
And if they click on the yellow button,
I love the Holi festival.
the app says, I love the Holi festival.
Home.
Now we arrive at our final category, which is help. Now this is a very important category in our application.
Help.
So if your child is in need of any quick assistance, this is the category that they can come to say things such as I am hurt,
I am hurt.
or I feel sick,
I feel sick.
I feel
I
tired.
feel tired.
We also have icons such as medicine,
Medicine.
bandage,
Bandage.
water, and
Water.
toilet here.
Toilet.
So if they urgently want water, or if they urgently want to go to the toilet, they can come here and click on this icon. In this category, we also have certain icons like unsafe touch or sanitary napkins, allergy, danger,
I am
hazard.
a hazard. Please don't touch.
Along with this, so there are certain things that children cannot communicate, but maybe they can show things to you, or they can communicate through icons. So for those kinds of communications, we also have icons here. For example, uh, if the child wants to say, I was pushed,
I was pushed.
sometimes it's difficult for the child to convey what's happened to them. So we have icons for that as well. Or I was
I
scolded,
was
I
scolded.
was hit,
I was
or I
hit.
was touched
I was touched
inappropriately, or I was made
inappropriately.
fun of.
I was made fun of.
For these such things, we also have icons here. And lastly, there is a section here about me.
About me.
So this, when you click, you must have noticed the right and left hand side expressive buttons have changed. So what are these changes? Let's have a look. On the top left,
My name is Shweta.
this icon gives the name of the child. The blue icon on the right
My caregiver's name is.
gives the name of the caregiver. The green icon on the left
My
gives
caregiver's
the
email
email
address
address
is.
of the caregiver. The red icon on the right gives
My
the
home
home
address
address
is
of the
Dombivli.
child. This phone button
My
gives
caregiver's
the
contact number is
caregiver's
plus
contact number or the parent's contact number.
919820. My
And
blood
the
group
last
is.
icon on the right, that's the blood group icon. It gives the blood group of the child. So this section about me gives information about the child in cases of emergencies. So there's another feature here. You see the emergency button, that's the first icon here. So if you click on that emergency icon,
I am in an
it says,
emergency.
I am in an
Please help.
emergency, please help. But it also has another function to it. So if you go to our settings and enable it, you can directly place a call to the caregiver's number if you click on the emergency button. So this feature really helps the child and even the people who are with your child to contact you quickly in cases of any emergencies. So with this, we conclude the contents presentation of Jello. Now I request Vidya to take you all through Jello's customization feature. Over to you, Vidya. And thank you for listening to me.
Yeah, thank you, Shweta. I will just share the screen now. I hope the screen is visible to you all.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much. So now that you have seen the content of Jello, I will show you how to customize the board or create a new like a board which is made tailored for your child's needs, like through our Make My Board feature. Even you can customize the icons also in this. So how to do it, I will tell you. So over here, you can see this hamburger icon over here to the right hand side of the screen. Just click on it and you will see there is My Board over here. You just click on that and you will get the screen which tells you to make your board. This is one way of doing it, or there is a shortcut to it. That is, there is a plus, circular plus, which is just next to the search button. You just click on that and then you can add a board. Now, when you see the screen over here, you will see that there are some existing boards which we have created. So, or otherwise, even you can add a board. So let's first see the existing boards over here. So the first one I will show it to you is the board of forest animals. I have created a board of forest animals or wild animals or jungle animals. It depends what kind of board you want to make for the child. So this board I have made is the name of the board is forest animal, which is made in English India language. Then there is another board which I have created, that is Subha Ki Dincharya, which is in Hindi language with a male voice. Then there are other boards also, which I'll show it to you. So let me just open this forest animals for you. This is the board that I have created. Now over here, as you see, there were all graphical icons in the app. Now, if you want to put the real pictures of the animals, you can do it in this way. Now, if you see, there are certain graphic images also, and there are some real pictures images also. Fine. And also, if you see, I have made it as one icon per screen. So this, because of this, the icon is also, enlarged, and it is more seen visibly, So you can make it a board with 3 icons or 4 icons, or by default 9 icons also. So this I have made it with. Fine. So this was one board. Then I told you about the Subha Ki Dincharya, which is a Hindi language board. So this is the one. And here, like Subha Ki Dincharya, in that, what is the morning routine? Like first is Uthna, then Chehra Dhona, then, the sequence we have shown it to you. Then Shauchalay Jana, then Daat Saaf Karna, Nahana. These are the steps which we normally follow for the morning routine, like Dibba Bharna, Pathshala ki bag bharna, and then off to the school, like Pathshala Jana. So this is how the boards can be created according to your child's needs. Then there is another board which I have created, that is fruit shopping. In case if you want to teach a child to go and get something for them, so you can create something like this kind of a board wherein you can put the relevant pictures, icons in this board, and then you can use it for communication purpose. Like over here saying hello to the shopkeeper, then say please give me an apple. So I have created,
Apple.
I have put in all the fruits photographs in this, like images in this, how many, then thank you, there is a currency note also. So something like this type of boards you can create to teach a child how to communicate. So let's see how to do it. So there is a plus sign over here. Just click on this plus sign. You're adding a board now. So click on the plus sign. This is the screen you will get. Now let us say I'm making a board of a fruit basket. So first give a name to the board, that is fruit basket. Okay, then say done. Now the board name is fruit basket. I want to give it, I have to put an image for this. So you can see a camera button over here. Click on that camera button. Then say photos. Now for this, you have to download some of the photos in the device. So I have already downloaded some of the photos over here. So here there is a fruit basket which I have downloaded, and these are the real pictures of fruits over here. Say crop, and then it gets added. Then we have to give in which language you want to make it. So here, if you just scroll down, there are different languages over here. Let's make it in English India language, and the voice is female. I'll make it as male voice. Okay, let me just go for male voice. Yeah. Then say continue. So once this is done, this screen will appear. In this screen, if you see up, it is my board, fruit basket board, and now you have to add icons to this. Now, either you can add icons to our Jellow library, or you can add different icons that I'll show you how to do it. Now, over here, how to add new the existing icons which are there with, in Jellow library. So here we have fruits, and then I will just select some of the fruits over here. Say I have selected 5 fruits in this, and I'll say next. So now the board has 5 fruits in the screen. On your screen you can see. Now I want to have this apple, the real picture of apple. So what I'll do is, can you see these two signs over here? There's a pencil button over here. Just click on that pencil button, tap on it, and you will see this screen appears. Now here I want to change this apple photo. So again, I'll click on this camera button, then go to the photos, and then go to the gallery, and then select the photo of an apple which you have downloaded, crop it according to the desired size, and then say crop. And then the apple photo comes over here. Now to this apple, we need to give some expressive buttons. So we have the normal, the commonly used, that is one, I like apples, I want apples. Those expressive buttons are there. So in case if you want to edit this sentence, that also you can do it. So like in case if I want to say that I like red apples, so I will just put it as red apples over here. Okay, then next over here, can I put red apples? Done. So what I want to say, you can edit the expressive sentences also over here. Now let us keep some of you, in fact you can, the expressive buttons, which all expressive buttons you want to keep it for particular icon, that also you can do it. So in case I want to just keep the positive ones, that I like apples and all those expressive sentences, but I don't want to put this negative ones, so I will just remove it. I'll just say deactivate it and save it. You need to save every time. So this apple is done. Now I will go for another one, that is grapes. Okay, I will just, again this pencil button is over here. I'll just click on that. Then here, again the same process I'm showing you so that you come to know about it. Then go to the gallery, select the photos that you have downloaded. Like for example, this I will take it and then crop it. And then say This is this grades have come over here. Now say continue. Yeah. Again, you will see the expressive buttons over here. Then if you want all the expressive buttons, keep the expressions like that and then say save. And then save the board. Now you will see the board is created. You have an apple over the real picture of an apple and the grapes, and the rest are the graphic images. Now, if I click on this apple, you will see that all positive remarks are there, expressions are there, but the negative ones are disabled because I haven't enabled it. Okay, so now if I use it,
I really like red apples.
I really like apples. I
want an apple.
I want an apple. So this way you will do it. Now for grapes, I have kept everything. So this is how you will, the expression, if you see the expressive buttons are there. So let's go back and I'll show you now. This is the fruit basket. Okay. Now I want to put one more icon, which is like I want to put a dragon fruit in this, which was not there in the library. So how I will do it? So again, what you have to do is you have to go to this pencil button over here. Okay. And then you will see in the fruit basket, there is a pencil icon over here. Just click on it. That means now you can add a icon in this. So go to the next. And then you are getting an add icon over here. Just click on this add icon. Then again, the same steps you have to follow. Go to the camera button, go to the photos, go to the library and then gallery, and then you will see a photo of this dragon fruit. So I will just take this dragon fruit, crop it, and then I'll name it as dragon fruit. And say continue. If I want the expressive button, I will take it as this button. I like dragon fruit, and here I will just for this. I don't want dragon. So I can select some of this and then say yes, and then save it. Now you will see there is a sixth icon over here, that is dragon fruit. This means what? You can customize it. You can customize the icon. You can add the icon, and you can give expressions to it. You can edit the expressive expressions. So these all things you can do it in customization. Make my board feature. So see, now I have just
dragon
fruit, and these are I had just selected few of this. So you will see some of the
dragon fruit.
Which I had selected, that I like dragon fruit.
I don't like dragon fruit.
Dragon fruit. I had selected all these.
I don't want more dragon fruit.
I don't want dragon fruit. So this is how the board has been created. Now I have shown you how to create the boards, how to create an icon, how to customize it, according to your needs. Now sometimes I don't want any of these boards. I want to delete some of these boards. So how I can do it? So there is a bin over here, delete button over here. Now if you see, there is a cross mark on every board, like over here, Indian currency is there. I don't want this board. So I'll just click on this cross button. It will say, do you want to move the Indian currency board to trash? You will say yes, and it goes to the trash. Now if you want to see whether it has gone to the trash, then you can go to this hamburger sign over here. And if you go to the trash board, you will see that the Indian currency is over here. The board is over here. So this feature we had added because we had got a feedback from the user that sometimes what happens, the child accidentally, deletes the board, or sometimes it happens with us also. So in case and again we have to create the board and everything. So is there anything that we can do? So yes, we took that feedback and we made this trash board thing. So you can go to the trash and you can get that board also. Like how this is like trash board over here. Then over here, if I just see, there is a green button and cross mark over here. So if I say I want to restore it back, I just click on this green button and the board is back to my board thing. I'll show it to you. So this is the Indian currency board over here. So this is all about creating a board and customizing it. I hope you have understood. Now you can create n number of boards in this. There is no limit that we have kept in this. You can add in number of icons also. There is no limit to it. So I hope you have followed this, how to create. In case if there is anything that you want to know more about it, we have uploaded some videos on our website also how to do it, so that you can follow, or anytime you can get in touch with us for a demo session. So that's the end of this Make My Board session. Now I think Shweta will take you through the settings part of it. So over to you, Shweta.
Yes, thank you so much, Vidya. So I'll be sharing my screen. Yes, so I hope my voice is audible to you all and my screen also visible.
Yes, yes, Shweta.
Yeah. So in this section, we'll have a look at the settings of Jello. How can you make our application more suitable to your child's needs? So there are two basic features that we'll see first, the search feature and the keyboard feature. So if you don't know where an icon is in our application, you can simply search for it using our search icon, which is on the top. So if you click on that, you can enter the name of the icon. For example, I want to know where the icon Apple is. So I'm typing Apple and see the icon has already appeared here. So if I click on the speaker button here,
Apple,
excuse me. So if I click on the speaker button here, the app will speak up the word Apple for me. And if I click on the icon, it will take me to
Apple,
where the icon is located in this app. Our next
Home,
feature is keyboard.
Keyboard,
Keyboard is located at the bottom of your screen next to your home icon. So if you click on the
Keyboard,
keyboard icon, a keyboard appears. So if a child is well versed with the keyboard and has fine motor skills, and if I click on the speaker button
Hi, I
here,
am Shweta.
the app speaks up the entire sentence, Hi, I'm Shweta for me. So your child can also communicate using the Jello keyboard. Now we'll move on to some display settings. So there are some children, for them, 9 icons on the screen seems too much content. They feel that it is disturbing. So we've had a lot of feedback, and because of the feedback of our users, we've added this feature. It's number of icons per screen. You can adjust them. So on the top right, you see the 4 squares. If you click on them, you can set number of icons per screen. So our default is 9, but you can reduce the number of icons. For example, 4 icons look something like this. Remember, all our content is still present on your screen. It's just that you see only 4 icons at a time. So if you scroll down, you'll find all the 9 categories. Even when you go inside a category,
Eating,
all the subcategories are present. It's just that you can only see 4. Similarly, 3 icons per screen look something like this. 2 icons, they appear bigger. So it's easier to concentrate on your content. And 1 icon per screen looks something like this. So for children for whom concentrating is difficult, you can reduce the number of icons on your screen and use our application. We then move on to some basic settings. So I'm going to make you familiar with our app menu. So first, profile. Profile is where you fill in the information for our About Me sections, like the child's name, caregiver's name, contact number, home address, and email address. So this form comes up when you start the application for the first time, but if you've not filled the form, you can definitely come to the profile and do it again. We also have some tutorials for you if you want to go through how basic features work in our application. We then have languages. So as I mentioned earlier, that Jello is, even Sir mentioned that Jello is available in many languages, international as well as Indian. So if you click on this drop down here, you will see all those languages. So Jello is available in 5 accents of English, that is Indian, Australian, Nigerian, UK, and US. It's available in international languages such as French, German, and Spanish. And it is also available in Indian languages. Jello is available in Marathi, in Hindi, in Bangla, in Punjabi, in Gujarati, in Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, and Malayalam. And we are working on more languages as well. We aim to incorporate Northeast Indian languages like Khasi and Garo into our application as well. So using this drop down, you can select a language. So for example, I'm clicking on Hindi, and you can also select the voice using this drop down. So we have female voices as well as male voices. So you can select the voice of your choice and then click on apply change. When you do that, entire content of the application has turned to Hindi. So as you can see, all of the icon names are in Hindi now. Even if you go into
Khana,
the app, the category, the subcategories, everything is in Hindi. So when you form your sentences also come out in Hindi.
home,
So this is how you can change a language. Now I'm reverting the language back to English India for presentation purposes. Now there are some basic settings in the application which I want to take you through. So if you click on settings here, so because there is a voice output in our application, the app has a voice, so you can adjust the speed of that voice, the pitch of the voice using this, and the volume using this. And if you want to listen to the changes you've made, you can click on speech demo
hello,
and
you
you
are
will
using Jello Communicator.
come to know what changes you have made. We then have some display settings. So there are some display modes. First is picture and text and picture only mode. By default, our application is in picture and text. That means we have a picture, that is the icon, and the text below it explaining what it is. The picture only mode is only icons without the text. We've added this setting because we received feedback that certain children, if you put text, then that becomes distracting for them. So even the
Eating,
subcategories and subsequent icons, you will see in picture only mode. Then the number of icons per screen can also be adjusted using this drop down. It's just that for ease, we have put it on the home screen. Then we have a feature displaying the spoken text on bar. So if you enable that, this feature is for children with hearing difficulties also. So if you click on the
learning,
any icon, what the icon says, you will see at the bottom. Even if you form a sentence,
I want to
I
learn.
want to learn, whatever is spoken by the application, you will find that it comes as subtitles at the bottom. We then have a display setting of monochrome display, which is the black and white mode of Jello. Sometimes we received a feedback that sometimes color can be distracting for children, and mostly for children with low vision, the high contrast of black and white is really helpful for them to see. So that is why this is the monochrome display. Then we have a small fish animation. It says turn on fish animation. So this is a really fun feature that we've added. So when your child is
Diamond,
using
learning,
the
people,
application and
help.
clicking on
I don't
buttons
eat
and
eating.
communicating, you see a small fish that dives from the bottom panel like the water and goes back to the water.
Diamond,
And
learning,
as you
people,
keep on
help.
using the
Eating,
application, the fish appears bigger and then goes into the water again. So as you can see, a dolphin emerge. Then when you use the app, a whale will emerge. So this is just a fun feature for the children which reinforces for them to use the application and learn about communication. Then we have some customization settings also. So there is another customization feature. So if you switch this on, you can customize right in the main application. So earlier, Vidya showed you the Make My Board customization feature where you can customize folders and icons. Now, what if you want to customize some icons in the main application itself? So you can create, apart from our 9 main categories, you can create more categories right here. If you click on the add icon button, the procedure remains the same for adding a picture and adding the icon name. Everything remains the same. It's just that you can customize here as well. Even in
Eating.
if you go into subcategories, you will see the add icon button and you can create for in food, if you want to create another subcategory, you can do so.
Sweets.
Even in these subcategories, for example, there must be certain sweets that all of us have at home that we make differently, or only certain sweets that only our homes make. So all of that you can click a picture of and add into this particular category using this customization feature.
Home.
So with that feature, you have to come into the settings and enable. And finally, it is enabling emergency calling from Jello. So as I mentioned earlier, in the help category, we have an emergency button, right? So in order to place a call from there, this is the setting which you have to uh, switch on, and you have to give permissions to do so. So this was the settings panel. I'm going to revert the settings back to normal for presentation purposes. Finally, remember to click on the save button whenever you make changes to your settings. Otherwise, they won't get saved. So we finally move on to accessibility. Jello has two kinds of accessibility, visual accessibility and switch accessibility. For visual accessibility, you can look at the video that we have here, play video, which will take you to a YouTube link, and it has a talkback feature, which how to set that up. You can definitely go through the video and set it up. For switch accessibility, this is an accessibility for children with motor disabilities. Um, if they have cerebral palsy like conditions, they can use our application using external switches. So what this does is you have to have external switches which you can connect uh, to your device that you have Jello on. It can be a tablet, it can be a phone. And then you have to set this up so you can use one switch to navigate through the application and one switch to actually click on the icons or buttons. So how to set that up? We have a video here. So you can definitely refer to our video and set this up if you need this accessibility. So this concludes the settings presentation of Jello Communicator as well. I now request Ravi sir to conclude the session. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Vidya and Shweta. So the floor is open. So if you have any questions, please do that. Uh,
Dear participants, if you have any questions to Ravi sir and the team, I have unmuted all of you, so you can ask your questions. Most of the questions that were put in the chat box, Ravi sir has already answered that. Apart
yeah.
from that, you can ask other questions.
For this calling feature, the device must have the SIM card, right?
Yes. That's the only time when during the emergency, right? Yes. We are hoping that it will be on a mobile, but if it's on a tablet, it needs to have a SIM card. Yes, you're right.
Okay, anybody else? I'm seeing some hands which are raised up. Krishna Dr. Amuda, anybody would like to ask?
Yes, sir. Actually, I wanted to ask one thing for the inclusive education part. So, is there any like future plan to include curriculum development regarding the inclusive education? If you have any kind of future plan, can you please suggest like what are the components we should look for in that area?
See, we have lots of things under development. Okay, so I think first priority for us is now the scheduler. We're going step by step because we have a small team, who's doing it. Okay. So the other thing in terms of inclusive education is that there are some schools in the Northeast who have started using Jello in the normal class along with other children. Where they have autistic children along with normal children, they have a inclusive education model, which we felt was a very nice thing to do. They also teach them sign language, the normal children. So that's a different kind of, uh, teaching method itself. They've started. They're saying that normal children also need to interact with children with some form of disability. Okay, so if that becomes universal after a period of time, then I think then we have all of us will have a large role to play in this. Okay, and I think the new education policy NEP also kind of says that try to make it inclusive in terms of combining all children at the same time. Okay, so let's see if it works out. In our plans, we have one after another. We've taken one after another according to some priority, because I think scheduler is something which was requested by many caretakers. So we are working on that now. I think it will be ready in about 2-3 time. At the same time, we are also working on including the different languages. The issue is that if you use uh, you know the regular internet language translations, it doesn't suit children, so we need actually human translations. So because of this, it takes a bit of time, but it's still really worth it. So each of the language translation is actually done by an expert who's had some experience with writing for children. So we have taken support of these people to do the translations. So these two are right now on the cards.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sir, there is a question in the chat box by Miss Geeta Subramaniam. Research outcome of Jellow App with children diagnosed with autism.
Yeah, so see, couple of papers. If you go to the website, right, there's a column where you can access our papers. So we have either put the papers or put the link to the papers. Okay, and I think the best research we did was the longitudinal study we did at the Nayar Hospital. That was with 25 autistic children. We watched them over a period of 6 months. It was very interesting because after the about 2.5 months, the break came in, 1 month break. Okay, for us, 2.5 months, they had learned quite a bit on using Jello. They were able to communicate. We thought them going home, and they didn't have access to Jello at home. We thought they'll forget it. But actually, when they came back, they reasonably remembered the Jello, and they could get on to using it very easily. So that was very, one of the learnings that we had from this study. Second was that over a period of 6 months, they were able to use Jello to communicate all their communication needs, most of their communication needs, and they were very comfortable in doing it. It happened across all the children, 25 children, so that detailed study is published as a, journal paper. So it has access to it. So you could take a look at that.
Yes, sir.
Sir, do we have some teaching plans how to introduce it to the child and how to take it forward? Because most of the time this AAC device are stricter to their need-based communication, that too for the food item mostly. they are interesting feeling, the emotions, and the comment, and that kind of thing. The speculation, the teaching is also very hard because you cannot put words to their mouth that you are liking this, but sometimes we can speculate or create the
Actually,
tradition.
see, from our experience is that, people have got on to using Jello and show it to the children. Okay, ideally, I think you have to handhold them for a while until they get used to it. If they, depends on the level also of disability. But yeah, this is how most of them have done it. And over a period of time, if you give them tasks, they are able to accomplish that. Like language learning takes time, right? There's no shortcut to it, even for normal children. So you can imagine, how much time it would take. So it needs this hand holding. And the only advantage of Jello is that we made it extremely simple. So if you go to the food category, all the food is there. And it becomes easy for the child to find those, icons and press them. And pressing is something they like because there's a feedback in terms of voice which comes out. So children actually start liking it, you know. So I think you have to show it to them, handhold them, put their hands onto the icon at the earlier stage until they get to used to it. Yeah, and fortunately, there are about 10,000 children who are using it on a regular basis. So for us, the big challenge has been to, is the outreach. How do we reach to all the people who need it? And also, there is there's also this feeling that once a device is given to a child, he or she won't start speaking. He'll become so dependable on this device for the communication needs. So that's also a feeling which needs to be negated, because actually what it does is it gives them confidence. And just like any language is learned, you need repetition, because you can repeat things over and over again. It reinforces, and the kids actually start learning the language and how to speak also.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
I
We can
want
just
to
take
know,
one more
sir,
question, then we
Yeah.
can, because our time is now 12:15.
Yes,
So,
ma'am. Yes,
sir,
ma'am.
actually, my son is 21-year-old.
Uh,
He has no speech. I want to, he is struggling with his, content of vocabulary. So
okay.
can this be of any use? Because he was using Avas for
Yeah.
some time. So can this, it will be
You
good?
have to try it out, and it's the kids comfort level. It doesn't take much time to get used to Jello. It's very simple to use, so you can try it out, and it's free to download. Like ours, you have to pay. You don't have to pay here, so you don't lose anything. And if he likes Jello, you can go ahead with that.
Yes. And he can use it on a phone also, no? Android
You
phone.
can use it on a phone, except that tablets are much more comfortable because of its size. But even a reasonably large phone is good enough. Definitely,
Okay.
yes. Yeah.
And you told about the flashcard. That is part of it, or it is
Flashcards, you have to download it and get it printed from a local printer. You know.
okay. That's also how
Okay.
do we get it, sir?
See, you have to just go to website jello.org.
Okay.
Okay. And if you go to Jello Basic, there it says download flashcards. There's a link
Okay.
there. So if you do
Okay.
that, you'll get a PDF, which you have to, give it to the printer to get it printed.
Okay.
At some point of time, we thought we'll sell these things, but it doesn't. This is, printers are there at every nook and
Does
corner of
your
the country. Yeah, I think that's how many people have done it.
does your website also customize for us and give some part of type of flashcards which we need?
No, we don't have that feature. We have actually replicated what is there in Jello as flashcards. If you
Okay.
want to customize it, I think you'll have to do it on your own.
Okay.
That shouldn't be such a big problem, because you just need some, just like Shweta, Vidya here showed how to make your own, customized cards, right? On
Yes.
Jello, you should be able to do that on a desktop also. and take a
Thank you
print.
so much, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you
I mean, you
so
can
much.
at the very simple level, you can do it on PowerPoint and take a printout. You know, yep, which is very easy to work on. You don't need much of learning to work on a PowerPoint. You know.
Okay. Thank
Yes,
you
sir.
so much.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
Yes, this is Hari, speech pathologist. Yeah, yes, sir. First of all, I need to thank you, sir, because we are using in our clinic, especially Jellow app for more than 6 children, especially
Okay.
they are autistic children. Sir, I have one query, sir, because
Yes.
in Tamil language only we are using, the rate of speech is different, sir. They didn't, if they are having a more comprehension level, only that expression part is a deficit is there.
Okay.
So that the Tamil language, that rate of speech is more, little bit high, sir.
So
So that,
there is a in the specifications. I think
yes, sir, we can reduce it. I
you can
seen it,
reduce.
but for understanding level, because they are more than 2 or 3 kids, they are in the 2 word level only.
Okay, we'll
So
see programmatically if we can do something about it. You know,
yeah,
we'll
yes,
we'll
sir.
get back to you. Will you just send a mail to Vidya, please?
Yeah, sure, sir.
Yeah.
I'm a farmer staff from Nipmat, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thanks a lot, Hari. So just send a mail to Vidya. I'll talk to programming team and see if it can be
Yes, sir.
made easier. Yeah.
Sure, sir. It's a very really it's very useful for us, sir, because more than many population there comes under the below poverty line.
Right.
They didn't go for that Avas. So we started working on initially PECs. After that, we introduced that high-tech AAC, our Jellow app only, sir. Really
Okay.
thankful to all the
Thanks
team
so
members.
much. If you can spread the word around, nothing like it.
Sure, sir. Definitely,
Yeah.
sir. For who are all coming to our clinic or Nipmat,
Yeah.
previously I introduced only Jellow app, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Hari.
Your
Thank you.
information, Ravi sir, your information, email ID, I have shared it in the chat box. So
Yeah,
many people would be contacting you directly, sir.
Sure.
So I think
Thank you, Rajesh, sir.
now, okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you. So I think now we have come to the end of the session, sir. I take this opportunity on behalf of our director, on behalf of our head of the department, to thank Professor Ravi sir for explaining and for giving us the demonstration. I would also like to put Vidya madam for exclusively demonstrating the Jellow app. All, please fill the feedback that is been put in the chat box, and you will get the certificates in a couple of days. Thank you, Ravi sir. Thank you, Shweta ma'am, and thank you, Vidya ma'am,
Thank
for
you.
your wonderful
Thank you so
presentation.
much. It
Thank
was
you
a
so much.
pleasure talking to all of you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.